everyone, and welcome to your 8th grade summer learning assignment. Yes, you heard me correctly, 8th grade. You are all now officially 8th graders. So, uh, along that line of thinking, we're going to jump right into looking at our summer assignment, which is going to help you to practice all of the science skills and practices that you're going to need throughout your 8th grade year of science and for your end of the year 8th grade science fair. So, if we jump into our summer learning Google Classroom, in the classwork page, you will see your introduction to student learning, uh, to summer learning assignment. So, we're going to click in there and we're going to go ahead and open up that document. Okay, so 8th Summer Packet 2019-2020. Let's look at what it is that you are going to be working on over this summer. So let's look at our introduction. So it says, this summer you are a scientist. For this year's summer homework, you will be planning and carrying out your very own science experiments right from your house. Your goal is to choose a topic, carry out an experiment, and use data collected to draw conclusions about your topic. This will allow you to practice the scientific method and learn how scientists turn observations and questions into scientific conclusions and discoveries. This will help you to prepare for your full year of 8th grade science and your 8th grade science fair. So, you're not doing worksheets, you're not doing packets, you're doing science this summer. So, let's look at what that's going to look like. So, your directions here. You're going to complete all of these steps for 3 different experiments. So over the summer, you're going to be on your own doing your very own experiments. So let's look at what steps you're going to need to follow in order to do that. So you're going to choose a topic and an experimental question from the list that we've provided, or you have the option to create your own experiment. If you have something that you're really wondering about, something that really interests you, you also have the option to create one or more of your own. Second step is you're going to take your research question. We're going to read through those in a moment, but they're here. And you're going to copy and paste it into the experiment Google Doc that you're working from. Your next step is to then determine the independent and dependent variables of the experiment. Now is a good time for me to tell you that Mr. Carroll and I have worked together to create lots of different YouTube videos explaining all of these different topics. One of them is the difference between a independent and a dependent variable. So you have access to all of these helpful how-to videos to watch and to remind yourself about these concepts as you work through this. Your next step is to create and then write your hypothesis. You're then going to plan and write your very own experimental procedures. This is not something that you've done before, so I made a full video explaining to you how to actually write your own procedure. Your next step is to set up your data table and to then go ahead and carry out your experiment to collect all of the data that you need. You're then going to take that data, analyze it, and interpret it, and use that to form a conclusion, which you're then going to write as a conclusion in your CER format. And again, there is a helpful how-to video reminding you what a CER format conclusion should look like. Last thing we're going to talk about today is your research questions. So I have provided you several, but again, you have that option if you would like to make one or more of your own. Okay, so your research questions are listed here in the document. You can, again, choose 3 from here. You can choose 2 from here and make one of your own, or if you're really feeling sciencey, you can make all 3 of your own. I will be available throughout the summer on Google Classroom if you have an experimental question that you would like to try to submit to me and get it approved. The last thing that I want to show you here is where you're going to find the documents to actually complete your experiment. So your how-to videos are right here in the Getting Started tab. Okay, you have access to all of them here. And then you have 3 different assignments, which all have the same document. Okay, these are the Google Docs that you will be submitting to me with all of your wonderful scientific information. So just like we did in distance learning, you have access to your very own copy of 3 different experiment Google documents where you will perform and fill in for all 3 of your experiments. I'm super excited to see what you guys submit, to see how you guys really work on your own to really do science and use all of the